Hello, 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 and welcome everybody to the final documents. I am tired. Oh, woke up and seen some of the comments. I was kind of pissed this morning, but you know what? I don't think it's ever going to change, you guys. There's always going to be people out there that still think Bryan Kohberger is innocent, and they showed up in the comments, I'm telling you. And I mean, calling me an idiot and I didn't know what I was talking about and I wasn't following the documents. Like, hello, I've spent probably 38 hours going over every single entry in the police documents, every single one. There's not one I did not touch. So just because there's only some that I go over, it's because other stuff sometimes is just like they entered things into storage, blah, blah, blah. These are the numbers of the things. Like, we don't know what it is. It's just a number. Or it's, I put things onto a disc and there's all kinds of stuff. So that is just that. It's just, documenting that they went in and looked at the car. They have to document that. They went into the evidence and they took out samples to bring to the lab. Then they picked them up from the lab and they brought them back. They have to document all that. So there's a lot of documents like that in there. But believe me, I've touched every one. So let me get through here and say hello. Michelle, hello, hello. Get. Always good to see you. Hello. Good morning, Dawn. Hello, Kate. Kate says, stuck in traffic listening. There you go. You got something good to listen to. There's Nana. Hello, Nana. I hope you're feeling good today. Alicia. Hello. Jean P. Good morning. I hope everyone is great this morning. Vera Ray. Hello, Miss Vera. Dawn. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you so much for your super chat. Dawn is starting off the supers today. Thank you so much. Like, I appreciate you guys more than you know. It does really help the channel. It, allows me to set a lot of time aside when I get super chats from you guys. And it also shows that you guys appreciate the work that I've done to bring you all the information, right? So I really appreciate them. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Rose. Good morning, Rose. How's Rose? There's K. Mitch. We was just talking about you yesterday. saying that you and Summer and Marie and listing off a bunch of yous that have been here with me since the beginning. So there's K. Mitch. Vera, thanks for the reminder. Shamina, good morning. Good to see you. Pretty lady. Regina, pretty lady too. Good day. Hello. I don't know how many times I hear this. Spira says, good morning. Secretly listening with my AirPods while at work. Shh, we won't tell nobody. Yeah, I just like, and I throw it back at them. It's like the ones that don't you even look at the documents? Oh my gosh. And I think about the last almost week and the hours I've spent going through every single document. And it's like, but what I do is I leave their comments there just so, in case there is somebody here that may know them personally, they can get them help, right? Call in a welfare check, get them help. Because, I mean, I can debunk everything they're saying. They're saying that the nail clippings with the 3 DNA under them was Kaylee's. It wasn't Kaylee's, it was Madison's. And it was Kaylee's DNA, Madison's DNA, and an unknown male. They said, oh, well, Bryan Kohberger never left his apartment that night. And because of the skies and everything, his phone could have been pinging off of the Moscow Tower instead of the 2 towers that are almost beside his house, right? But that doesn't explain the one way down in Genesee and way down in Johnson and all that. Like, that's like a 40-minute drive away, but he's pinging off of that tower instead of the one right beside his house. Okay, I get it. You will be okay. You will be okay. Stop on this case because there's still hope. If you give up now and you just stop with your craziness, there's still hope for you. Right? I find it comical, and that's why I've left that. Some of them are calling me an effing idiot and giving me the finger, and I leave it there just so you guys can all go and see just how crazy some of these people are. Like, they need help. Seriously, they need some mental health help, right? And they're saying how good looking he is. Oh my God, have you seen the thumbs up picture? Have you seen the other pictures where he looks like he's a ghost almost? He's so white and long. Oh my gosh. Right? I agree. Dawn says, working, so getting it in while I can. Happy birthday, Vera Ray. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Vera Ray. Happy birthday to you and many more. There you go. How often do you get Willow singing to you? Does you do? Good morning. Hello, everyone. We're just waiting for everybody to get in, you guys. Let's hit that like button. Only 14 likes. Come on, you guys can do better than that. And it's free, please. And then we can get going. It helps it get it out there so everybody's in here so we don't have to keep repeating stuff. Please hit that like button. Jean P says, good morning. Good morning, dear. Everybody's saying happy birthday to Vera. Michelle Rubager. Thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate that so much. You don't understand how much I do appreciate each and every one of you. That, if you can afford it, I appreciate it. If you can't afford it, hitting that like, sharing this out, becoming a subscriber, it's all free. So that also helps too. But thank you so much for your donation, Michelle. I appreciate you. Jean says, can you believe the troll threatened to Christy on her phone during the victim act? Yes. While she was sitting in court, somebody sent her a threatening message. I did show that 2 videos ago, I believe. Vera Ray says, K. Mitch, thank you, hon. I'm old. It's just my day to myself again, so I came to my calming space. Aw, Vera, you're so... Aw. Well, I hope that we can make your day somewhat brighter. Regina says, I also think some are simply trolls trying to get under your skin. Losers, yeah. You're very welcome. I feel special. I'm glad you feel special because you know what? You are special, Vera. Very special. Nana says some people are very brave behind a keyboard, right? Aw, thank you again, Michelle. And Vera says, for her, everybody please give to Miss Willow for me, please. Would that make your birthday bright? Thank you, Vera. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. So, we have got the final documents to go through. There's some interesting things in here, I gotta say. Um, okay, let me get rid of this bubblegum mint. I got these bubblegum mints, you guys. They are so good. Oh, mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Just to try to coat my throat a little bit before we get started. Oh, thank you, Michelle. And I appreciate your guys' time too with being here. So, very much appreciated and right back at you. Thank you so, so much. Okay, here we go. There's Jeff. I was wondering if you were going to pop in. There's Jeff. Thanks, Jeff, for being here. We're just about to get started. I think this. I think I can share it this way, and you guys, yes, you can see my thingy. Okay, let me take this off so I'm not hitting stuff. So let's get going. There's Nana wishing Vera a very happy birthday too. So yes, Vera, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'm glad you're starting it off with us. Okay, so this is Brett Payne. This is a narrative. He says, on Thursday, June 8th, I accessed Kohberger's a white Hyundai Elantra in order to photograph items in the trunk compartment. The items were identified as being ordered via Amazon by the same account Kohberger used to purchase the K-bar knife and sheath. I was able to identify 3 items from the trunk compartment, which I could positively identify as the same items ordered from Amazon per the return obtained from the subpoena in this case. The first item was a bottle of supplements named Amadine Vitamin D3K2 Vegan on the Amazon return. The bottle was in the trunk compartment and was contained in a small plastic bag. The bottle's label read Amadine Vegan D3 plus K2 dietary supplements. The second item was a scissor jack. The third item was labeled a Cartman warning triangle dot approved on the Amazon returned. I located a red rectangular plastic box with a warning side triangle. So he was buying, like, he didn't want to get a flat, right? Especially if he was going to take off cross country. So I know that there was this scissor jack that he purchased on Amazon, this triangle warning thing that you put up when you're working on your car on the side of the road. What else? I photographed the items and attached the photos to this case electronically. So that one was pretty short. Okay, let's get rid of that one. I'm going to get rid of them as we go, you guys. Okay, so this is what I found interesting. Brett Payne, again, this is another officer. It's an Amazon purchases that he personally made. Okay. Item: a K-bar sharpener, and vegan supplements. He ordered them. On Tuesday, June 13th, Detective Darren Gilbertson from ISP, Idaho State Police, provided me with 3 packages he obtained by ordering the items from Amazon. Detective Gilbertson stated he purchased the items in the same fashion used by Kohberger to purchase a K-bar with sheath, a K-bar sharpener, and a bottle of supplements. I photographed each of the packages and their content along with the order paperwork that Detective Gilbertson provided. Let's see what you guys are saying. Just some iron supplements. He looks pale as a ghost. Looks like he's anemic. Yeah, I'm anemic, and like I got dark circles around my eyes and everything. Jeff says, seems to me the Elantra would come with a car jack. But if you got blood on that one, he'd be inclined to buy a new jack, right? That could be very possible too. The packages contain one K-bar straight fighting knife with the leather USMC sheath, a K-bar sharpener, and a bottle of the vegan supplements. I attached all photos to this case and booked all of the items into Moscow Police Department evidence on June 13th, 2023. The paperwork was included in the package containing the knife itself. Okay, so that's the end of that. They're just verifying that. Okay, so this next one, this is a meeting with Spokane County medical examiner. On June 7th, 2023, I reached out to Dr. V.S., Chief Medical Examiner for the Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office, to arrange a meeting with Latah County Prosecutor's team. I don't know why they blocked out these medical examiners' names, because you can go online and see who the Chief Medical Examiner for Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office is, and it'll give you their name. But it's blacked out here, so... Dr. S stated she could meet on June 28, 2023, which worked for the prosecuting team. On June 27th, I met with TS at Moscow Police Department evidence technician and had item 733, the K-bar knife, temporarily released to me. Now, this is the K-bar knife that the detective bought, right? And they did so. You're going to find out why they did that. Okay, so they bought the exact same knife. Temporary release to me so I could bring it to the meeting with Dr. S. I locked the items number 733 into a temporary lockbox in the Moscow Police Department detectives, as our meeting was on the following day. On June 28th, I removed the item number 733 from the lockbox in MPD detectives and brought it with me to Spokane. On June 28th at approximately 10:30, so that's 10:30 in the morning, myself, along with Bill Thompson, Ashley Jennings, Jeff Nye, and Ingrid Beatty, met with Dr. S at the Spokane County Medical Examiner's Office. Dr. S had pre-selected several photos from each victim to go over with us so she could describe the shape of a weapon which would have caused the injuries. Hang on a sec, you guys. I've been doing so good all morning not coughing, and now it's like I start talking and it's like, I removed the K-bar knife from the sealed package. Again, for those just joining, this is not the K-bar knife. They have not found it, but what they did is they went and they ordered the exact thing that Bryan Kohberger ordered, because don't forget, they have his Amazon account information. So the exact knife that he ordered, the exact sheath and exact vitamins, they reordered. So I know I'm going to get people, they didn't order the right one. But no, they used the exact same item identification SKU number, I think they call it, off of the one that Bryan Kohberger had purchased on his own account. And they used that same SKU number to order one. So they had it. Okay. I removed the K-bar knife from the sealed package and showed it to Dr. S. Dr. S stated the shape and size of the K-bar knife was consistent as being the weapon which could have caused the injuries on all four of the victims. Dr. S described how some of the wounds had 2 points on either end and how some wounds had a point on one end and square shape at the other end. Yeah, I've seen those photos. I may pull them up, Jeff. Just let me get through this first. I mean, it's nothing really to look at. I think there is a female that she's good. Aztec, I think her name is. She did a 3D rendering of the Idaho house, the 1122 King Road, and I think it's better than this what they had. But I will show those photos once I get through this stuff here. Okay, so where was I? Okay. Oh my gosh. And a square shape at the other end. Dr. S explained how the K-bar knife could have created these wounds depending on the depth of the injury. and my phone just starts going off. Okay, let me turn this off. Put it on vibrate. Rude. Rude. Okay. Where was I now? Dr. S explained the tip of the knife having sharp edges on either side would show a wound with the points on either end. Dr. S described a deeper wound would show a point on one side and the square on the other, and how it matched the shape of the knife blade, having the single sharp edge on one side and a square edge on the other below the tip. Dr. S pointed out some of the wounds had a mark that was consistent with the guard of the K-bar knife. So you guys know what the guard is, right? Hang on. Let me just pull it up. Okay. Can I move this? No, I can't. Damn it. Okay, I can do this. Oh, you guys can't see it. Damn it. Hang on. Hang on. Share entire screen. There we go. Okay, so she's talking about, you see this piece here? She's saying, and this here, she's saying that there were also, I guess not this, because this is the knife here. There was marks from this also on them. So that's where described a deeper wound would show the point on one side and square on the other, how it matched the shape of the knife blade, having the single edge and square edge on the other below the tip. Pointed out some of the wounds had a mark that was consistent with the guard of the K-bar knife. Okay, so let me just, oh, there it is. So they're talking about this here. This is the guard. You can see it better in this picture here, although this isn't the same kind of knife. This is a guard here, which when you're holding it, it stops your hand from slipping onto the blade. So that's gone pretty deep to be able to see those markings on some of the injuries. Dr. S described how the wounds could look different depending on the skin stretching, the dynamics of the situation at the time, the angle or position of the knife when it was inserted and or removed, and how a victim was moving or not moving at the time. Dr. S described some injuries depicting that the strength of the weapon itself and the force used would have been great. So they concluded, they brought item 733, which is the knife. They brought it back to Moscow and booked it back into evidence. Okay, so the next one. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And some of these can be long. Okay, so this one, I'm trying to get my mic over closer to me here. This one says, on June 15, 2023, I was provided the entirety of the 1112 King Road surveillance videos. This included 1,464 5-minute videos. Wow. That range from 55:0, so that would be 5 to 1 the morning of the 13th to 17:22 hours on the 17th. Using Axon Investigate version 3.10 software, I was able to stitch the videos together to multiple hour clips. As a result, I was able to compile the video down to 17. So 17 videos they have of either him coming and going or whatnot, right? The videos were placed on a portable hard drive and entered into evidence. So they had 17 videos from that camera, you guys, which is a lot more than what we've seen. Let's make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay. On Wednesday, July 12th, I spoke to RD, who previously called in a tip about possibly seeing Kohberger at the Clarkson Safeway the morning of November 13th. Now, don't forget, somebody called in a tip and said, hey, I seen that guy way down south of Pullman and Moscow across that river there. Hang on, let me bring up. Please don't crash. Please, please, please don't crash. I've got so much open. I've got a really good computer. My son got me to buy this one. It's a gaming computer, which has a lot better graphics and everything. And he said that it would be able to handle all this. And I've never attempted to do this except for yesterday, but I got rid of a lot of stuff and now I've got a lot of stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay. So, let me just, oh, you guys can't see. Hang on a sec. I'm an idiot. Okay, let me bring this over here. Okay, why is my... why is my... Studio, there we go. Studio. It's working. Okay. Okay, so... as you can see, let me make this bigger. Get rid of that. This is Pullman, way up here. Okay, you can see where I'm making these dots move, you guys. That's Pullman. This is Moscow, Idaho, where the house is. And if you go way down here, this, you can see right here, is marked Clarkson. So somebody seen him the next morning way down here. So that's why they went to these places here to get the video of, to see if it was Bryan Kohberger, right? And what the hell he was doing. Okay, so I asked Dee to tell me what he knew. Dee told me he was at the Clarkson Safeway between 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Them. Shit. What did they say it was? Clarkson Safeway. Let's see where the Safeway is. That's Albertsons. There's Costco. Here's Walmart. Where's Safeway? Where's Safeway? Why don't I just do this? There we go. Oh. Okay. This is the Safeway. Right here. So he was seen here between 9:30 and 11:30 a.m. the morning of November 13th. Now we know at 9:30 he had gone by the 1122 King Road house again. He went back home, took a shower and everything, and then did that thumbs up selfie where he looks like he's half dead, and then took off again. And at 11:30 in the morning of November 13th, I noticed a man in front of him in line. Dee said he saw the man's face because Dee made a comment to the store clerk, which caused the man to turn and look at him. Dee stated he didn't think anything of the encounter until he saw Kohberger's face on the television upon his arrest. Dee told me he was sure the person he saw was Kohberger and that he was wearing a black hoodie with the hoodie down. He told me that was all he knew and he wanted to make sure that law enforcement knew. Okay, so yes, please hit that thumbs up on the YouTube page, you guys. 61 people here, only 32 likes. Come on. It's free. And it helps get it out there too. And if you can donate, please consider donating. Like I said, I've spent over 36 hours going through these documents to bring it to you. So I do appreciate each and every super chat. And there have been a few already this morning. And I have put them up on screen. And I appreciate you guys so much. Okay, let's get rid of this because that's the end of that one. Okay, here's another narrative now. I don't know why I kept this one. On Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023, I responded to several locations around the Palusi in order to collect soil samples. Okay, so what they did is wherever they seen Bryan Kohberger's car going, they went and collected soil samples, right? So Kamiak Butte, Colfax Park. I'm gonna, if I can't say it in English, you guys, I'm gonna say it in French, so I don't get mocked in the chat for saying it wrong. So I'm gonna say it in French. Butte, okay. Colfax Park, Clemgard Park, Wawaway Park East, Wawaway Park West, and Johnson Road at Staley Road. I think that's Stanley. Let's pull it up. I think it would be. What the hell did they say? It was Johnson Road and Stanley Road. Oh, come on, stop it. Stanley Road. Let's see where Stanley Road is. So this is Johnson's Road. We know that for a fact. Where's Stanley Road? Let's see if we can find it. Wolf Corporate Farms. Nice name. I love wolves. Tofan Road. Alan Heichman. Schlee. Come on. What road is this? We don't know. Come on. Not going to tell us. Unknown. Unknown. Hope everybody's in the car. We're going for a drive. We're looking for Stanley Road. We're looking for Stanley Road. Am I on the wrong road? Oh, let's go. Oh, come on. Well, get your shit together here. Okay, let's go here. Johnson Road at Staley. Okay, let's see. Woohoo! There we go. Staley Road, Johnson Road. Here it is, right here. Oh, so that's near the tree, you guys. Remember yesterday? We said the tree? So they took samples from there too. That's that tree that somebody had said that they thought they seen Bryan Kohberger's car. Let's go there for those who haven't seen it. Somebody said that they seen a white car pulled in with its nose this way and somebody out here. So they went and they took soil samples. Woohoo, good job. Let's turn this back around so I don't get confused. Okay. Am I right? I am right. Okay, I'm up. I'm upright. Okay, each sample was placed into a clean container, covered with a paper filter, and then later sealed with evidence tape. I placed all 3 samples in the original hard case with a list of the above location, information, and sample numbers, and sealed the case with evidence tape, and then booked it into evidence. Okay, and then they did testing on that, you guys, to see where those samples came from, right? And I do have, now I don't know if it's on this one here that we're looking at, but I do know that they did testing on those soil samples to see where they could have been from. Gene P, I wonder if we'll find out BK purchased at Safeway and Albertsons. What do you think BK did with the missing shower curtain? I have no idea. BK was seen wearing a black hoodie. Yes. Summer Dawn. Hello, 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 hello. Everybody coming in. Please make sure you hit that like button. We got 70 people here, only 35 likes. Okay, I'm going to rage quit. I'm not going any further until we get our likes up. That's it. Not doing it. No. I'm in that mood today. I've been up half the night, you guys, going through these documents. So, no, not doing it. I want to see those likes go up. I'm just joking. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. If you don't like this stuff, that's okay. I need to take a sip of my coffee. Okay, so on Tuesday, October 10th, 2023, I met with Washington State University KC, hereto referred to as L. Student KC, hereto referred to as L. Jeff says I clicked the like 3 times because I like you that much. Aw, thank you, Jeff. I don't know why they're referring to him as L when his initials are KC. Anyway, in reference to this case, I was accompanied by FBI agent Healy for this interview, as well as FBI interpreter who was present via phone call, as L is from, a different country maybe? This is a summary of my interview with L and is not verbatim representation of the interview. The interview was recorded and attached to this case digitally. Thank you, you guys. Kate Bell's laughing. I'm gonna rage quit. I'm rage quitting. Let me go check the likes. Still only 39 likes, and we got 71 people. Okay, I'm rage quitting again. There we go. Thank you, whoever just did that. Brought it up to 40. Okay. L was interviewed once previously by FBI agent Zakuski in December of 2022. L was a former teaching assistant with Kohberger and shared an office with him. Oh. So he also shared an office with a male for the fall semester of 2022 at WSU. I began asking L to tell me how he met Kohberger. L stated they were both teacher's assistants for the criminology program at WSU and shared an office in the Wilson Short Hall. Well, how is he teaching criminology or being a teacher's assistant if he can't speak English? Because they needed an interpreter, right, to speak to him? That's weird. Unless he was teaching people that only spoke his language. I don't know, you guys. Anyway, L considered Kohberger a friend and stated he thought Kohberger was very intelligent but also selfish. L said Kohberger would often mislead him when it came to their shared work and would have L complete work meant for Kohberger. It's like, your stuff is wrong, blah, blah, blah. Here, do mine. This is easy work for you. You do mine. L said Kohberger came to his dorm room on one occasion around the time of the homicides. L was unsure of the exact date. After L asked him for a ride to class, L also added Kohberger began to talk much more than usual after the homicides. We've heard that from quite a few people, you guys, that he was very chatty and his whole demeanor changed after the homicides. L characterized Kohberger's conversations as those coming from someone who wanted to vent. L stated Kohberger attempted to use his authority as a teacher's assistant to inappropriately interact with female students. L stated he thought Kohberger wanted a girlfriend and added they talked about Kohberger wanting a girlfriend on many occasions. L said Kohberger told him he might lose his teacher's assistant position over an issue with Dr. S. Kohberger asked L to help him fight the allegations, but L stated he refused to help Kohberger. L characterized Kohberger as a dishonest person. To support this, L stated he spoke to Kohberger in late December of 2022, and Kohberger said he was packing his bags to catch a flight back to Pennsylvania. L later learned Kohberger had been back in Pennsylvania for some time and drove back with his father. So he had a conversation with Kohberger in late December, and he said that he was packing up his stuff, right, to go. Meanwhile, he was already in Pennsylvania. L then told us about some injuries he witnessed on Kohberger's face and hands. L was unsure of the date, but stated he thought he noticed the injuries on 2 separate occasions in October and November of 2022. L stated one injury was a large scratch on Kohberger's face, which L described as looking like scratches from fingernails. L said he also saw wounds to Kohberger's knuckles on 2 separate occasions. When L asked Kohberger about what happened to him, Kohberger replied he had been in a car accident, and we know that's not true. L also stated Kohberger was frequently 20 minutes late to their classes. I asked L what he and Kohberger would talk about. L said Kohberger liked to discuss his area of study, which was criminal decision making and burglary type crimes. So that's the end of that. He also told L to reach out if he had anything else that he would like to share. So that's interesting that he has scratches on his face. Now, people are saying, oh, well, I think they left December 16th or something from Pullman. Don't forget, these happened a month and 3 days before that. Any scratch injuries? Is that why he wanted his dad to wait so long to come and pick him up, to come into Pullman? Is that why he waited so long to go back home? Right? Thank you so much, Jean. Thank you. Mwah! Big hugs and kisses for you. Thank you for being here. So, and they were saying like, well, they found nothing in his car. Don't forget, he had a month and a half to clean that car out. Who knows? He could have got seats from somewhere else and replaced the seats. We don't know. He could have it. Like, why did he want to jack up his car? Did he clean the underneath and everything? What was he doing? You know what I mean? Jeff said maybe some red stuff got on something on the other jack, so he had to replace it. Who knows, right? We don't know. But for this guy that shared an office with him to say he had injuries on his hand and on his face, and it looked like fingernail scratches, he had a month and a half to recover by the time he was arrested, and he had a month and 3 days to recover from them scratches until his dad got there. So there's that. Okay, next one. On Friday, March 1st, I received an email from FBI geologist IS containing the report completed. Here we go. These are the soil samples. Okay. Reference the soil found on the shovel recovered from Kohberger's white Elantra. So that's what they did. They went and they took soil samples from his car and to see if they could match up where that car may have gone off the pavement onto like a dirt area, anything like that, where he could have hid the weapon, I guess, and clothes. And also there was soil that was found on a shovel recovered from Kohberger's white Elantra. I attached a PDF of this report to the Spillman case file. The summary of the report is as follows. The soil in the shovel is consistent with soil found in the Moscow area based off of S analysis. The report also stated the soil was likely not from anywhere east of Moscow. This finding also excluded Pennsylvania as the likely source of the soil. Now, how they do, I know a little bit about this stuff, you guys. Like, if there's stuff, what's beside Idaho? Like Texas or something. There's runoff from water and stuff like that that can carry stuff downstream. But if there's none of that other than in Moscow, and there's none in the states east of it, then that soil came from Moscow. But it could travel from Moscow into Pennsylvania, or Washington, I should say, into, California, anywhere where that water travels could carry some of the things that they would find in the soil from Moscow. So when they say that it has to be from Moscow or past Moscow going west, it's because none of those bacteria or anything are found in any soil samples east of Moscow. So I hope that explains it a little bit. So that excludes Pennsylvania, right? The report stated the soil from the shovel displayed characteristics of soil carried to the area via a water source, though this could have been a recent or any point in the area's geologic history. During conversation with S, he stated the exact area the sample came from would likely not be attainable due to the prominence of the mineral compounds from the sample that are found throughout the Moscow area. So they can't pinpoint where he went, where that soil sample came from, because it's throughout all of Idaho. Again, thank you so much, Gene P. Vegens Demon said, what do you think about a second weapon being used? I don't think there was a second weapon. I think that it could have been even something from her room. I don't know, but I don't think there was a second weapon. That's just my opinion. So take it or leave it. Hello, the real angel girl. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so the next one. On Wednesday, March 13th, 2024, I received an email from Captain Blaker. Rose thinks he had brass knuckles. There's so much stuff going around, you guys. Brass knuckles, from the injuries that Steve, Kaylee's dad, described, it almost looks like they could have come from the handle of the knife. Don't forget, he had gloves on, right? So he could have whacked her with that without getting cut. Brass knuckles would do totally different damage, believe me. All her bones in her face would have been shattered. And basically, it was her teeth were knocked out, and her face was so cut up and whatever that. Anyway, I don't even want to repeat it. Yeah, it's around her mouth. So he could have put that, like, held onto the handle and was pushing the handle into her mouth. You know what I mean? Without even touching the blade. He could have done that, because who knows at what time those markings got there. Like, he could have beat her unconscious for all we know. And then he shoves that knife at her and just kept hitting her. You know what I mean? But her teeth were knocked out, from what Steve said. Wow. Okay, I don't want to get that back in my head again. It's horrific. I'm going to eventually do a video with my 7-inch K-bar to show that you can hammer nails with the butt end of the K-bar knife. Yeah. The end of a knife or ball pin hammer. I think it was just he was holding on. Don't forget he had gloves on. He was holding on to the handle of that knife, and it's a long handle. And I think he just pushed that over her mouth and held it there with his hand. That's what I think happened. And she could have been trying to grab at the knife. That's why she probably had cuts all over, defensive wounds, because she was probably trying to get that K-bar knife off her mouth, the handle part. So that's just my opinion. But take it with a grain of salt, just my opinion. It's not in the documents that that's what happened, but it's just my opinion from 30 years working in criminal cases. Not as crazy as this one, but I've seen similar things happen. Hello, Crazy Graham. Okay. Captain Blaker sent me 2 tips for additional follow-up. The first tip was called in by KC. C stated she thought she had matched with Kohberger in September or October. So the detective calls this woman, and she says that she talks to Kohberger, blah, blah, blah. And she had a hard time matching with people, so she paid for an additional, I guess, add-on to the Tinder thing so she could go further out. Additional Tinder feature, which allowed her to move the pin anywhere in the country. She did match with Kohberger a short time later and began to talk with him. She said Kohberger told her he was a criminology student at WSU. The two communicated via Tinder and planned for Kohberger to visit when he came home for Christmas break that year. So this girl was in Pennsylvania. Crazy Graham, thank you so much for your generous donation. I appreciate you so much. Tassie Du says, I think they handle the knife also. My dad had a knife exactly like that for hunting. It's huge and powerful. Yes. Wonder what BK covered his shoes with. Weren't there shoe prints in the red stuff near? No, there was one print left inside. One print. was left inside. And I'm sure he had, like, those things that you can slip on your feet, like when you go into an operating room, those blue, you can buy them anywhere. Um, okay. C then told me she had a friend who had been murdered in her town a couple of years prior. So we know she's somewhere in Pullman or in Pennsylvania. Sorry, Pennsylvania, because she's saying that the two communicated via Tinder and planned for Kohberger to visit her when he came home for Christmas break that year. She then told me she had a friend who had been murdered in her town a couple of years prior. She said she discussed this with Kohberger. Ooh. The conversation turned to horror movies and which ones she liked the most. She told Kohberger she liked the Rob Zombie Halloween movies. Ooh. To this, she said Kohberger asked what she thought would be the worst way to die. She said she thought it would be a knife. She said Kohberger then asked her something to the effect of like a K-bar knife. A K-bar? Sorry, not knife. Like a K-bar? She said she didn't know what that was and had to Google it. She said she eventually stopped talking to Kohberger because his questions made her uncomfortable. So when he was arrested, she then recognized him and called in the tip. The second tip was maybe taxi driver SS who thought he saw Kohberger. I called S and asked him to tell me what he saw. He said he delivers packages to the area of Pullman where Kohberger resided during 2022. He said he recognized Kohberger and had seen him while delivering packages to the area on prior occasions. Where? Where? I don't get it. Is this in Pullman that this SS said he recognized Kohberger and had seen him while delivering packages to the area on prior occasions? So is he talking about the 1122 King Roadhouse or Pullman? I'm assuming it's Pullman. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm just reading what's on here. He told me on the occasion he referenced in his tip, he noticed a man dressed all in black with boxing or elf shoes. You know those boxing shoes? They're almost like ballerina shoes, right? Standing on a footpath behind Terra View Drive. Okay, you know what we gotta do, you guys. Let's go see where that is. Terry. Oh, come on. We'll get with the program here. Terre View. Oh, it's in Pullman. I can't see. Oh, there it is, right there. What the hell is here? Terra View. Do they say where? On a footpath behind Terra View Drive. So there's got to be some kind of footpath here. Because Terra View goes all the way up. Oh, here's the footpath. I see. Oh, no, that's the road. Well, you're an idiot. Okay. Let's see if we can see like a path or something. Is this maybe? I don't know, you guys. But he said behind some apartments. Oh, here's a footpath. No, that's a road. Let me see here. Terra View Drive. This footpath provided unobstructed view of apartment something where S said the female tenants would be visible through large windows. Looked like Kohberger. Is this apartments? Okay, you guys. We got to find this now. Okay, let's go. Let's go here and see if we can see in to these windows. Nope, not there. Not there. This is Terra View. I'm trying to see where there would be apartments. It ends here, so it's got to be up this way. Environmental health and safety. Okay, let's go up here. Sutherland Center. Let's go up here. These look like all businesses. What's this? That looks like a business. This is Terra View. Oh my gosh, you guys, it goes all the way down here. I'm not going to find it. Well, it looks like there's a footpath here. See here? See here? Okay, wait. So I'm assuming that it's going to be here somewhere, you guys, because I see a footpath here. Let's see what we can see from there. Oh, the big windows. Yes, I see now. Okay. Okay. So maybe this is the area that he's... Oh, look at this. There's a lot of big windows here that you could see right in. Okay, so maybe it's there. We don't know. We don't know, you guys. It's too long of a ways where it could be anywhere. Research and technology, it could be anywhere. I wish he would have gave the address. I tried. Where was I now? Terra View Drive. This footpath provided an unobstructed view of apartment something, where S said the female tenants would be visible through a large window. S said seeing the man, who he said looked like Kohberger from what he could see, was unusual given the location. S said he was not positive the man was Kohberger, but he resembled Kohberger's appearance. S told me he spoke to an FBI investigator early on, but wanted to make sure the information had been passed on. Wow. Crazy Graham, thank you again for your very generous $20 US dollar donation. Thank you. I appreciate you so, so much. You are awesome. Okay, let's see. I believe he had the Dickies on. I had explained this to you guys in one of my previous videos. I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but I pulled up the Dickies thing that I believe he was wearing, and I'm going to pull it up. And only because there's two things I want to show you. That's not them. That's not them. Hang on. Let's go this one. Oh, shit. Okay, hang on, you guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay, let's not go there. Let's go to... There we go. Okay, come on. My computer is slowing right the F down. Okay, let me get rid of that, and I can pull this over here. Shit. What did I do? Okay. Oh my god, you guys, I thought I lost everything. Okay. So as you guys can see here, see these Dickies? There's no belt loops, right? So two things. Overalls like this, you can get them with the long sleeve too, because my ex had a pair. He's a diesel mechanic. He got the long sleeve Dickies just like these. Number one, you can roll around in oil all day and it's not going to go through these Dickies. But number two, these Dickies do not have a belt clip. So when he took that knife out of the sheath, he would had to have stuck it in his pocket, the sheath. And that's how he probably lost the sheath. That's how the sheath probably came out when he was leaning over the bed to get past Madison to get at Kaylee. It probably came out of the pocket in the struggle because Kaylee really struggled. This is the, can I blow this up? Let's see. See, there's no, I wish I could make this bigger, you guys. Maybe I can. Let me see. Oh, it keeps going back. Oh, there we go. Okay, see, there's no belt loops. It's just like an elastic that goes around the waist. Okay? So that's why I think he lost that knife sheath, is because he had nothing to clip it onto. No belt loops, no nothing. Yeah, my screen goes black when I try and switch things up. Or when I refresh my studio. So, and then he had something over his feet. We know he had the balaclava on and everything. So that was to make sure no hair, no red stuff got on him. He had gloves on. He had stuff covering his feet. Okay, so let's get on to the next one. Let me take that off the screen. Okay. This is sad, you guys. This is Jay Waters, Constable Detective Jay Waters. On 11/13 at 20:51 hours. So that would be what? 8, almost 9 p.m. on the day that they were found, right? I responded to 1122 King Road. I was asked to maintain a written scene access log. So-and-so arrived on scene. 2 of the victims were prepared for transport. Captain Lanier advised he wanted a marked patrol unit to escort so-and-so to the funeral home. So it wasn't until 9 o'clock that night, you guys, that the bodies were removed from the crime scene. Officer Morris arrived on the scene and relieved me at the door. I handed Officer Morris the scene access log. I escorted so-and-so to the funeral home. I stopped the recording on my BWC body-worn camera. That's what BWC is. Well, while driving at approximately 21:30 hours. I reactivated my body-worn camera at 21:37 hours at so-and-so. I remained at so-and-so place as the 2 victims were offloaded. I deactivated my body-worn camera at approximately 21:45 hours. So they weren't even taken out of there, you guys, until like 9 o'clock that night. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. This is 2 pages. Okay, so this is Brett Payne on July 25th, 2024. So that was like a year ago. I was asked by the prosecution in this case to review my supplement number 73 to clarify where 94 samples were in relation to this supplement, as I only listed 4 samples as being booked into evidence. I reviewed my supplemental and readily recognized there was a typing error. So if you guys have a keyboard right now, look down at your keyboard, and when he tried to hit, this is what he was trying to do. He was trying to do that, But what he did was he didn't hold down the shift long enough. Whoops. So this is what it looks like on the paper. Hang on. Okay. So this first one is what he was trying to put, a 4 with brackets, and he didn't hold the shift key down long enough. So instead of a bracket, it became a 9. If you look at number 9 on a keyboard, it's the bracket sign if you hold down the shift. So he was trying to show what happened. The sentence reads, in addition, there were more blood spatters on the wall on the entryway into the living room. Samples of each were collected. See, look at this. In addition, there were more blood spatter on the wall on the entry into the living room. This is where, and this is what I said, you guys, right from the beginning. I think that Xana was coming out of her bedroom to go in the kitchen and drop her stuff. I believe that she did drop her stuff in the kitchen, and on her way back to the bedroom is when Bryan Kohberger was coming down the stairs and seen her and chased her. And I think one of her wounds happened near that living room for blood spatter, not splatter, spatter, spots on the wall. Like that is going to spatter on the wall when you come down from the knife above your head and coming down to stab something or someone. That movement is going to toss blood off the weapon that's already on the weapon, right? That's why I think she had made it into the kitchen, dropped her bag, and we did see a picture of her delivery bag in the kitchen. I think she was on her way back when she heard him coming down the stairs. I don't think she ever attempted to go up there. I think he caught her as he was trying to leave. So the error occurred when I typed 94 in total. This was supposed to read 4 in total. I failed to hold down the shift key to select the parenthesis on the 9 key, which resulted in a 9 being typed instead of the bracket. The sentence was meant to read as follows. In addition, there were more blood spatter spots on the wall on the entryway into the living room. Samples of each were collected, 4 in total. So that could have been, by the time he got her, just before her bathroom. Right? So that's that one. Almost done, you guys. 2 more. You're going to miss me when I'm gone. Okay. He got a 9 instead of a left. Yeah. Right? I agree. He got too cocky. On August 21st, 2024, I received an email from Deputy Prosecutor Ashley Jennings containing a link to a recent inmate transport wherein one inmate mentioned Kohberger. I accessed the secure link and watched the video. The male inmate, so-and-so, was being transferred to southern Idaho and was talking to a female inmate named so-and-so. During their conversation, so-and-so stated he was housed in Max, which is maximum security, to which the female replied, "Oh, you were in there with Kohberger." Excuse me, you guys. The male stated he was. She asked, "How is he?" The male stated, "A effing weirdo." Right? I just highlight it. Okay. So-and-so, okay, an effing weirdo. So-and-so continued to say if he wasn't worried about further legal repercussions, he would have physically assaulted Kohberger. So he wanted Adam, right? But he was worried about catching more charges. Would have been kangaroo court anyway. It would have been inside charges. They well, unless you seriously injure somebody, they deal with it right inside the institution. They call it kangaroo court. So there you go. You guys are learning some of my new words I learned while I worked for a criminal defense attorney when I had to go and interview people who were incarcerated, and they may have done something inside and they're being reprimanded inside. They call it kangaroo court. So that's when the institution, the jail, the prison itself deals with you instead of bringing you in front of a judge. They deal with you inside. You may be in solitary confinement. You may lose phone privileges, TV privileges, iPad privilege, whatever they take away. They deal with it inside. Unless it's a really serious incident, then you are charged. They call in the police and have the police charge you. So, but anyway, I think he could have knocked him out and gotten away with it. But just saying. So and so then asked if Kohberger did it, referencing the homicides. He affirmed this statement and added he had pretty good judgment of people, and that uh, his, meaning Kohberger's, eyes tell a story. This was the extent of the conversation about Kohberger. Based off the limited information conveyed by so and the fact that he did not mention speaking to Kohberger about the homicides, there will be no further follow up conducted with so and so. Last one, you guys. And then I'm going to show you, let me get them up now so I don't forget. Oh, come on. Bear with me, you guys. I don't know if this is it. No, it doesn't exist. Oh my God. Oh, here it is right here. Hang on. Come on. Stop it. Come on. Okay, here it is. Okay, why are they... Hang on, you guys. Technical difficulties. Okay. My Lord. I could save these, but I'm not going to save them. Before we read the final one, here is the model that they had made of the house. Let me make it bigger. And this is from the Idaho Statesman. So this is the model. They got some stuff wrong on it. See, because this down here wasn't siding like this. This was cement. So they got that wrong there. And I mean, in a criminal case, every detail matters, right? I do know they made this just so they could show the layout. Like, this here would be Xana's bedroom. This is the living room. Dylan Mortenson's room is behind this wall, which would be under this part of the house. Bethany Funk's room was below the living room, and this was Kaylee's bedroom. This here, this little square back here was Madison's room. This is the bathroom. This is the stairway. This is Kaylee's room with the sliders going out. The kitchen is down here. So that is the model that they had made. So Bethany Funk's bedroom, Xana's bedroom, the living room, behind the living room, underneath this bathroom and part of Madison's room, because this is a bathroom on the third floor, was Bethany's room in the back, and Madison's bedroom was the other side of the bathroom. This was Kaylee's room. So there you go. I showed you that. $500,000 for that. I think Aztec, that girl, did a much better job of describing and going through the house than that. And I think they should have had her on this case. Let me see if I can find her. And I will show you where you can go and watch her video. I'm not going to show all of her video, but I will show you a piece of it. And there she is right there. The volume, you guys. I am going to put her, hello. There she is right here. So please look her up. Her name is right here, Asget Industries. Please go and look her up. I'm going to show you. Here we go here. She has the best of the house. Look at this. I'm going to show it to you. But please go and watch her video and see the whole thing. So she's going to show you the inside of the house, but she's going to show you a whole lot more, you guys. Look at that. You can see right into the living room and right into Xana's bedroom, because her bed was up against that wall. Right where you see the pillows, that's where her pillows were. Okay? So this shows Bethany. This is the living room here, but she's taken out this wall across so you can see Dylan. And then she's taken out the bathroom here so you can see Maddie's bedroom here. This was Kaylee's bedroom, and this was Xana's bedroom. But she goes through this, you guys, like really, really well. I think they should have used her. Look at this. She even had Maddie's boots in the window, everything. Okay? So I'm not going to show you all of it because I want you guys to go and watch her video. Please support her channel, give her a thumbs up, and let her know that I sent you over. She is a great person, a great human being. She's got a heart of gold. So please go over and support her. Oh, yeah, Kevin, she did the best 3D imaging of anybody, So please go over and support her channel. Okay, so the last one we have here, you guys. On Monday, September 16th, 2024, I spoke to so-and-so. So-and-so was an inmate at the Latah County Jail at the time and had been housed next to Kohberger since August of 2024 until Kohberger's transport to Ada County on September 15th, 2024. I was made aware by Detective Vargas that so-and-so spoke about Kohberger while on a phone call with his mother. About Kohberger while on a phone call with his mother. So Kohberger was on like a video call or whatever with his mom. I responded to the Latah County Jail and spoke to so-and-so. I began by asking so-and-so what he thought of Kohberger having had to live next to him. So-and-so told me Kohberger was highly intelligent and polite for the most part. So-and-so told me Kohberger would often question him about his past criminal offenses and why he was in the maximum security wing of the jail. I asked so-and-so what he thought of Kohberger's intelligence. So-and-so stated Kohberger was the smartest person he had encountered while in confinement. Kevin said, I've messed around with 3D models, DAS Studio, but I'm not that good. Yeah, that is amazing what she did. Please, you guys, go and subscribe to her and check out her videos. She also, I don't know if I should say this or not, but she also was called upon for one of the documentaries that came out. That's all I'm going to say. she was called upon. Okay? Okay, so-and-so told me Kohberger quickly became annoying because of some of his habits. He told me Kohberger would wash his hands dozens of times each day and would spend 45 minutes to an hour in the shower. I asked him if Kohberger slept at night. He told me Kohberger would be awake almost all night and would only take a nap during the day. He said he could hear Kohberger moving around all night, which also annoyed him. I asked if Kohberger ever lost his temper. He told me on one occasion Kohberger was video chatting with his mother, which so-and-so said he did for hours each day, while he was watching sports. He said, this guy said, "You suck," to one of the players on the team, at which point Kohberger immediately got up and put his face to the bars and aggressively asked if so-and-so was talking about him or his mother. Whew. So-and-so said this was the only time Kohberger lost his temper. I asked if Kohberger had mentioned anything about the crimes he was all charged with. So-and-so said Kohberger did not mention his alleged offenses at all. He said also, so-and-so also told me Kohberger was excited to move to Ada County. Really? So-and-so stated he had served time at Ada County and noted he did not think Kohberger would like to be there. I thank so-and-so for speaking with me and advised him to notify the Latah County detention deputies if he remembered anything else. And that is the end, you guys, of the documents. Now, with that being said, it's not the end of the documents. What, Willow? I have heard little birdies through the grapevine saying that sealed documents are going to start being released very shortly. Another thing I wanted to let you guys know was there was information that also came out, and I tried to find it in the documents but couldn't. And I think that this is going to be in some of the sealed documents, that Bryan Kohberger wiped clean several devices, like wiped his footprint right out of it. But, like I said, I have heard through the grapevine, little birdie, I ain't saying, so don't ask, that the judge is going to start releasing some of the documents. Now, the judge is going to be releasing the documents, the newest documents first, and he's going to be going backwards. So the ones, any documents just before the plea that were sealed, he's going to start working backwards and start releasing those documents first. And he said he's going to do that because he has the most information about those documents. So it's going to be a long time before he gets to the beginning of the documents that were sealed way back in Latah County. It's going to be, I say, we're not going to get all of them until sometime next year. But he is going to start trickling them out, and I believe it's going to happen soon. Little birdie told me. Let me see. You should host her, Willow. Host who? Host who? Sorry, you guys, I had to sneeze again. Who should I host? How are these criminals allowed the luxury of FaceTiming for hours, right? Because they got TV with cable, they got iPads, right? And he likes being alone anyway, so this is not going to be anything that he can't handle. He's a loner, you guys. He is not going to mind being locked in a single cell by himself. He's got a TV and he's got an iPad, right? He could sit there and talk to his mom for hours on end. And that's what the guy that was in the cell next to him, he's trying to watch a sports game, and here's Bryan Kohberger yapping away to his mother, right? right? Yep. I agree. I agree, Kevin. What kind of punishment is that? For Bryan Kohberger, it's not a punishment. You know why? Because he's going to laugh that the other prisoners can't get to him. Number one, he's protected. Number two, he has a TV and he has an iPad, right? Gene P, I love that saying. Little birdie. A crayon, a piece of paper, a roll of toilet paper. That's it. Right? I agree, Carol. Uh, so, what did you guys think of the documents that came out? What was the most surprising or shocking thing to you that came out? I wonder if BK will be contemplating to take his own life at some point. Um, I don't think so. He wants to be studied, right? He wants books studying, like he wants professors, like his old professors, studying him and writing books about him, about how his brain works and how this works and how that works. And no, 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 I don't think he'll ever do that. I do think he's still going to appeal. He's got, what was it? Give me a second. How long to 42 days. He has 42 days from the time he pled guilty. 42 days to appeal. Watch for it. Sarah says, where is the ping pong table? What ping pong table? See, this is how people get things messed up. There was no ping pong table. There was like a small kitchen type, maybe a little bit longer table that they played beer pong on. There was no ping pong table. And this is how things get misconstrued and falsies out there. And there was no ping pong table. There was a table that they played beer pong on. I have questions about that too, but apparently maybe he learned that there's forensic ways to do it. I don't know. Higgins, what a joke he was. They did confiscate his TV and a fire stick and another digital box. Nana says, this is why inmates call prison Snoopy Camp. They have more privileges than a common person, right? Look at all the people sleeping out in tents because they have no home, right? There was no second weapon. There was no, just like in the Barry Morphew, there was no bike ride. There was no second weapon. I would not send him a damn thing. Well, I'm not going to say anything what I would send him. It's this is the normal vengeance demon. This is normal. Now, the only difference between this case and say a single homicide case is the paperwork and the investigation into 4 lives and then 5, including the perpetrator, instead of the perpetrator and victim, which tends to be tons more because you got to interview the victim's friends. You got 4 victims with university students who have tons of friends, plus Bryan Kohberger's friends, family, whatever, people he worked with. I mean, it's just multiply it by 4. But things that are being done, yes, are normal. Like getting subpoenas for phone records, for computers, for seizing things, for checking social media accounts, for checking phone numbers, for checking the cars, the GPS on the car, the GPS on the phones, um, fingerprints, everything like that. Everything is the same. It's just multiplied because of the number of victims. So that's why you've got such a huge file. I know some of our single victim files were, oh my God, we knew you need a few kitty caddy wagons there, or whatever, to roll it into court. So they're massive, depending on information that you get. Um, if the person, if you catch them red-handed, if even so, there's still investigation to do, but there's so many factors, so many different factors, like summer camp, meals, and a cot, plenty of friends, right? Um, the one person said that they noticed scratches on his face and marks on his hands. He said he got it from a car accident. We know that's not true because he didn't get into a car accident. No, we will never hear them. I know there's a channel, phone calls from prison, that tries to get these things in Idaho, personal phone calls like that, unless, like he stated in a call, like, I hid the knife so and so place. Just conversation between his parents or his sisters, or say maybe his girlfriend or his wife if he had one. You know what I mean? Those Idaho does not release. So it's not like Florida. It's not like a lot of other states. They don't release the personal phone calls or like lawyers or anything of that. Sarah says 2 of the bed placements are wrong. No, they are not. Sarah, that's twice. Okay, 2 of the bed placements are wrong. You're wrong. And here's your last comment. Where's the ping pong table? You're wrong. There was no ping pong table. You're very welcome, Norma. Justice for the chipmunks. Yep. They never said. I think that they could have been Bryan Kohberger's. Carol, we're talking about the Barry Morphew, Suzanne Morphew case. He took the life of his wife. So that's what we're talking about. He said they have pings of him shooting or chasing something or somebody, and they think he was chasing his wife. He said he was out chasing chipmunks just after getting home from a long day's work, shooting at chipmunks. Wrong again, Gene P. Or Sarah Temp, you're wrong. The guy said that some of the injuries he's seen was in October, and other ones he's seen just after the red drums. So please stop. Stop calling somebody else out that actually knows the information. Please stop. If you're here to annoy me, you're on my last fucking nerve. Yes, I said it. Barry blamed the chipmunks when he was hunting down Suzanne. Yeah. Yeah, I could possibly get her to come on. She's busy though. She's really busy. She has a full-time job doing stuff like this. Sarah, freaking stop. I showed exactly where Maddie's bed was. It was up against the wall that separated her room from the bathroom. Her closet was up against the outside wall. So stop. Last one. That's the last one. Watch what happens. Get on my last fucking nerve. Right? You guys know I don't usually swear, but people like this, after the comments that I went through this morning, like, I'm done. I'm done being nice. Canadians are known to be nice. Yeah, but we're not fucking pushovers. So stop it. You're coming to my channel and calling everybody else for being wrong when you're the one putting wrong shit in my chat. So mods, please go and remove all those comments she made. If she makes another one, hell's gonna break loose. I agree. The lady who does the 3D is amazing. Absolutely, she is. So, anything else you guys found shocking from the paperwork? Let me go and get her channel for you guys. I'm going to put it in the description. Boom, boom, boom. Here she is. Here she is. Great, you guys. She is great. Here it is here. And I am going to give me a second, you guys. Let me go and put it in my description of my video so you guys can, I don't think you can get it from the live chat afterwards. So let me go. I'm going to go and add it now. I'm also link to 1122 video. I'm going to put her channel there. You can also go later into my description on this video, and you can get the link to all the documents I just went through with you. Let me bring her over here for a minute. Give me a second, you guys. Okay. So, this motor mouth in here that says that it's wrong, it's wrong. I'm going to show you again. Okay? Here it is. This is her video. We are going to show you again for those in the back that want to put out false information. Here is her video. Here is where she shows the bed, obviously, and I told you the bathroom is right here. This is a wall here between Maddie's room, but and there's a wall here between the living room and Dylan's room. There's a wall that comes out here for Xana's room, and there is an outside wall here. And it clearly shows the bed up against the bathroom wall that separates her bedroom from the bathroom. Here's her door to go in her bedroom, and it shows the closet. And look at that. It even shows the window. It shows the bed exactly where it's supposed to be. Okay? There. This is the bathroom wall. Let's play it. Just before this. There. There's her closet. This is the bathroom wall. Look it. Let's go right here. You see that? You see the shower stall bottom? But you had to make yourself feel like don't call anybody else out in this chat who's correct and you're wrong, even after being told wrong. Everything you're posting, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. And then you continue to do it and then call Gene P out saying you're wrong. No, you're wrong. So knock it the F off. Anyway, you guys, I did post her link for that video in the description of this video. So you guys can go and check it out yourself. And it is correct. Everything in that video is correct. Oh, you bitch. You know what? You need fucking medication coming to my chat and trying to pretend that you know better than anybody else. Watch this. Watch this. Watch what's happening to you now, you stupid bitch. Bye. And I don't usually talk like that, you guys. You guys that have been here for 5 years know that. But this bitch, take some medication, lady. I'm out of here. Good. Goodbye. You are out of here because now you're blocked. You're an idiot. And it's people like that that come to good channels and try and cause problems. Oh, yeah. She's still at it. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm going on only a couple hours sleep because I stayed up half the night last night, was up at 6 a.m. this morning going through these documents to bring this to you guys and bring you the truth. And then we get some idiot like Sarah Temp come in here and want her little 2 minutes of fame. And the only one that needs some kind of mental help is her because everything she said was wrong. Piss off. Oh, I don't give a shit what she says, but you're not going to come to my channel and start that shit. I got big shoulders. I've heard worse from better. Like, don't forget, I worked for 30 years in the criminal justice field. And I dealt with some pretty nasty clients who are inmates. I had to do bail hearings. And it's like, I could tell you some stories, you guys. Oh, my God. I've been called every name in the book, and it doesn't bother me. What bothers me is somebody coming in here and attacking some of my subscribers, or even if you're not subscribed to my channel and you're putting stuff that's truthful in the chat and this person comes and attacks you for putting something truthful, yeah, I got a problem with that. You're not doing that to my people here. Not happening. Right? So sorry, you guys. I am apologizing for coming out of character. I never talk like that. But this bitch got me going. Like, when she starts attacking people here that are here to hear the truth and are posting things that are true, and she calls them a liar, they're wrong. The only one wrong was her. So, and Carol says, well, it's a little bit, she's mean. I'm not mean. But when you come in attacking people in my chat that are speaking the truth and calling them liars, like they're not saying the truth. No. And I gave enough warnings, like, you're getting on my last nerve, and she still continued. As a matter of fact, I do need my meds. Thank you for reminding me, Sarah. I've got my Rhinecort. It's my nasal spray that I forgot to take this morning. So yeah, I better take that, or my sinuses will be blocked up again. It's the only medication I need. What do you need? Oh, Yes. I can get very feisty. Like the old me is sleeping, not dead. Like I said, when you do the job that I did for almost 30 years, I'm 61 years old, you guys. I don't look at. Everybody gives me like my late 40s, which is nice. Nice, nice. But anyway, when you deal with inmates that have committed crimes, horrendous crimes, not nowhere to the scope of this, but I've worked on murder cases with the criminal lawyers I work for. I've done the bail hearings. I've gone and talked to them in jail. I've done interviews. Like I've heard it all, you guys. Like every single nasty thing you can call me whatever you want. I got big shoulders. My skin's tough. But don't attack my viewers, my subscribers, my family. You're going to see the old me come out because it's nothing for me to get up and walk out of that jail saying, you know what? You're on your fucking own at your next bail hearing. How's that? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No, too late. I still have to show up, but you know what I mean. You can ask people, Dahlia, that have been here for 5 years. I think I can count on two fingers how many times I finally lost my shit, and that was one of them. It's like I dealt with the comments all morning with these pro burgers, and it's like, no, I wasn't dealing with it in chat. Oh. Happy Face. Happy Face says, people who study true crime know police botch cases all the time. I wouldn't say all the time, Happy Face. It's known to happen, yes. You've got good people that live on your street and you got bad people that live in your street. I don't care where you live. And I don't think I would ever say anybody can tell me anything different. You really don't know people, right? Sometimes for the sake of families to make them feel they got justice because they can't find the real criminal. What? Oh no, please no. Don't tell me another pro burger. I was really liking your comment up till then. You think he didn't do it, Happy Face? We'll see. We'll see what the next comments are. Yes, I have very high standards. Do not ever attack the victims or their families. Do not attack my subscribers. No. Attack me, I'll deal with it. One one girl in chat in the comments says, I said, so is there anything else you came here for? I came to put you in your place, Willow. Well, watch this. I can put you in. You can't put me in my place on my own channel, but I can put you in your place. Remember that. I speak the truth here, and I pride myself in speaking the truth and showing you documents and proof of stuff or things that don't make sense, right? That's what I do. Oh, there's so many of them. There's so many of them. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, Kevin, and welcome. New subscriber, Kevin. Thank you. Welcome. Carolyn says, well, I'm old enough to be your babysitter. uh, yes. And it's not just towards, things that I'm showing. Like, because I work hard, you guys. I work hard. This is not easy. People think that, and I'm not just speaking for myself, other YouTube channels that bring you the proof and bring you documents and go over things like this with you and explain documents and stuff like that, they put a lot of time and energy. People think because you watch a 20-minute video on something, that person probably took 5, 6, 7 hours to get that one little video together. There's a lot of work behind the scenes. It's not as easy as people think. So to hell if I'm going to let anybody come in here, number one, and attack my shit or my subscribers, my viewers. Some of you are here and you're not subscribed. That's okay. I'm not going to let anybody attack you either just because you're not subscribed. You know what I mean? And that's going to be it. Like, you're gone. Done. Well, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday, Gene P. All right. Joey thinks he's guilty. And don't get me wrong, you guys. I don't have a problem with people saying, well, I don't want to lie. I think right now I do have a problem with people saying he didn't do it because he pled guilty. Do you think Ann Taylor is going to go to the DA and make a deal if she thinks that her client is innocent and she can get him off? Do you think he's going to put himself in jail for the rest of his natural life if he's not guilty? No. So, yes, I do think he's guilty. But I don't have a problem with people that say he's not. If they do it respectfully, don't attack other people when we show you proof of truth and try and attack us saying that we're idiots and everything else. That's what I don't put up with. Charlotte, thank you. Thank you so much. You're amazing. Joey, Jeff says Joey. Maybe I have you mixed up with another Joey. Carol says, I'm impressed at how hard you work. We all appreciate what you do. It makes all of us mad when outsiders attack your knowledge or ethics. I mean, some of the comments that I responded to this morning, where they said Bryan Kohberger was sitting at home and his phone was pinging off towers in Moscow because that's called drift and this and that. It's like, do you even understand what drift is? Do you understand what you're saying? And I tried to nicely explain it. And the more I debunked their theories with proof, the angrier they got. So some of it I just left there, and it's like, ooh, there's one guy there, and he looks old, like old. And I went, ooh, I better leave that there in case there's people here that know him personally, can get him some help, or that's what it's like to be old and senile. One of the two happening. That's okay. We understand. We understand. Yes, thank you so much for your support, Charlotte. Heather wants to know, do you think there was anyone else involved with Bryan? No. Yeah, I was kind of okay with the comment until I read the bottom part. I'm still okay with the top part of the comment because, yes, there are some investigations that get botched. This isn't one of them. Right? Exactly. And that's what I just said. If Ann Taylor, this is her first case she loses. You think she's going to take a loss on Bryan Kohberger if she thought she could win it? Come on. You think he's going to plead guilty and put himself in jail the rest of his natural life if he's not guilty? He's got nothing to lose by going to court. If they want 4 life sentences, you're dying in prison. He's got nothing to lose by going to trial, except maybe getting the death penalty, which then again, it could be 20, 30 years down the line before he gets it. But with all the appeals and shit, and he's still going to appeal. You watch. Anyway, yeah, it was messed up that she was getting. I do think that they're going to catch the person who's done that. I don't think the person was even in the courtroom. Jeff says, when they get angry, it seems that they are not after the truth of what happened, but they identify with BK and they want to find a way to get away with the ground. Yeah, well, too late. He already pled guilty, right? But there was one guy that I said, you know what? Why don't you go visit him in jail and you guys can talk about all the things that you guys seem to have in common because you're both mentally deranged. I left the comment there. I left it there, you guys. Yeah. I mean, do they not realize how silly they look and how uneducated they look? Charlotte says, that's why I follow you. There's no BS. Right. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I can see his mom and dad not wanting to believe it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I don't know. No matter what he's done, he's still their son, right? And obviously, they were going to be there to support him. To me, it was the knife sheath, right? And if you go back to my December 8th reading, December 8th, 2022, before we even knew who Kohberger was, I think I did post it in my last video in the description. There's a link there for it. Um, Arrest Coming is what the title of the video is, December 8th or 9th. And I said, they have something, they're just not telling us. And in that, I describe exactly the person that did it, and Bryan Kohberger fits perfectly, right down to giving lectures or something like that at the university. Um, there's a lot of information in there that turned out to be absolutely true. Yeah. He wanted to be another Elliot Rogers, Jeffrey Dahmer. He wanted to be the lone guy. He wants to be talked about for years. Yeah, there was no accomplice. It's still a loss on her record. He pled guilty, right? She's been saying all along he's not guilty. And the reason why I think Ann Taylor pushed him to enter a plea is because she took on a second death penalty case and she couldn't keep up. She got what, 1.7 million? Don't quote me on that, but I know it was a lot of money for representing Bryan Kohberger. Okay, plead guilty. She still got all that money. And now she's on to the next one. Another $1 million one? Come on. And did you guys know that Ann Taylor, her first job ever, she was hired by Bill Thompson out of law school? Yeah, he doesn't even have friends. You think somebody's going to go and do this with him and keep hush hush? Yup. Yeah, it's called Arrest Coming. I do think, Jeff, in my part 2 of the document video, yesterday's video, I think I um, put it in the description. But it's called Arrest Coming. I was trying to search for it on my own channel under Bryan Kohberger's name, but then it clicked like, Willow, you're an idiot. Because December 8th, we didn't know Bryan Kohberger's name. So the title of the video was Arrest Coming in the Idaho 4. Elena says she watched it again yesterday. Well, thank you guys for going and watching it. Vengeance Demon says, I think Dateline documentary made the defense realize they didn't have a leg to stand on. Yeah. Yep. I mean, they had all this information to begin with. If you guys want my honest opinion, I think Ann Taylor has been trying to talk him into pleading guilty for some time. And I think it's because she took that second death penalty case. And she knew she was never going to win this one. And she didn't want a loss on her belt. And that's why I think she made him plead guilty. It's still a loss for her because she didn't get him off, right? I don't know. I think it was the black ones. It was one of the very first videos I did, and sometimes they do. Sometimes they'll give me initials. If you look back to the Dylan, what was his name? Uh, Dylan. He had a farm and this and that, and his farm truck was parked beside this guy that James Brenner, that ended up being the one that took his life. I did come up with the initials JB is the one who took his life, and it ended up being James Brenner. Oh, she was raking in more than that. More than that. Okay. Let's see. So Ann Taylor is reportedly being paid $200 an hour, but don't forget, she asked for more because I forget what. I don't want to quote it because I forget why it was, but it was because of something else. Maybe the travel, because she now had to come even farther for court or something. I don't know. I forget what it was, but I think it was closer to 300 an hour. She's a chief Kootenai County Public Defender Office and is qualified to represent suspects in capital cases. For defending Kohberger, she's being paid in excess of $8,000 per week, which equates to over $400,000 a year. She's been on the case for 2.5 years. So there's 1.1 million right there. Just like a rough figure. Kate Bell just posted the link to the video I'm talking about that I did on December 8th. And yeah, I was getting pissed off because I couldn't find it. And I kept searching Bryan Kohberger, arrest coming, Bryan Kohberger, arrest coming. And then I thought, you idiot. We didn't know Bryan Kohberger. We'd never heard of Bryan Kohberger's name on December 8th. So then when I just searched arrest coming, then it came up and I went, oh, there it is. So thank you for putting in, Kate Bell, the right link to that video. Let me see. Whoops. Okay, why won't it? Oh, it won't let me click on it. Hang on. No, it won't let me click on it. It highlights the whole thing. Let me see if I can click on it over in Studio. Hang on. Yes, that is the right video. I just clicked on it over in my Studio, and yes, that is the right video. So for those of you who want it, there it is right there. Just click on it. A new window will pop up, and just minimize it until you want to go and watch it. Yeah. I'm not so sure about that case, Gene, because I didn't really follow it. Yeah, that's a 1.1, and that's just like a rough figure. That's not including her travel and money, money for food and housing if there was a 2-day event or something. So I think somebody had said it's close to 1.7. I bet you she can buy the soft toilet paper. I may do that, Heather. I may just do that. But it's not going to be, I'm not from today on. I'm not going to use his name. I'm going to use his prison number. His prison number. He does not deserve, after today, he does not deserve to have his name ever said again. Yeah. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to wrap it up. And we are going to wait. I'm going to take a little break from reading documents, you guys, because very soon the documents that are sealed on the record are going to start being unsealed, and then we are going to look at those also. So I need a break from this guy. So, with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for being here and watching along with us. You guys will know as soon as those documents come out, I will make a post and we will start going through those also. Don't forget, please go over to Aztec Industries and give her a like, give her a subscribe, and especially a like on that video. She did an amazing job. Amazing. So, thank you for that to her. I know she's a very busy lady. She's very highly rated, so I can assume she's busy. But we'll see. You never say never. Never say never, right? Okay, so until the next time, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe. Always be aware of your surroundings. Be careful who you share information with. As we've seen here, you never really know someone. I love you guys to the moon and back. Bye bye for now.